back, bros, to another video review, and today we have the opportunity to take a look at the new Transformers Legacy Evolution Wave 2 Voyager class Metalhawk. So for the contents, this is what we get inside, and we get the traditional instruction manual on how to transform the Transformer inside and his 3 accessories. One is a sword, and he has 2 blasters that combine to make one Evo Fusion Blaster. So I know everybody is wondering, yes, I received a copy from Big Bad Toy Store early to bring you this video review. So let's get on with it. So here I've already zoomed in closely so you can see the details on this figure close up. And first off, I just want to say, this is an impressive head sculpt. This definitely reminds me of Metalhawk. For the brief time that I did watch it, it definitely looks very good. And I like how that helmet has a ton of detail in that molded, like, from what other people say, the Dijon mustard color, or like a muted golden color to me. But I definitely like how the Autobot is crisp and clean right there on the chest. It is recognizable. I just like the color scheme as a whole for Metalhawk. It just, I don't know. I mean, this toy just, to me, it looked like it turned out great. And for the lower region, it continues with the same color paint palette scheme. I like that they put the metallic around the knees, not only with the red accent on the knee pads, and then also you get the red feet with the blue. It's just, I don't know, this figure is just really great, and it looks great. The details on this figure came out really well. So for the articulation on this figure, the leg can kick up this high. It can go back this high, as you see. The leg can definitely bend 90. There is a upper thigh swivel. There is a foot rocker to rock outside to side. Nothing for up and down, of course. You get a waist swivel right here above the crotch area. The shoulders do a full 360. As you see, they go all the way out this far on the hinge right here, which reminds me of a armpit. The arm can go 90 degrees. It can also have a swivel right here at the lower bicep, and then the unfortunately this is not articulated, so there is no wrist swivel. For the head, it rotates left and right. There's a little play for him to look up just a tad and down just a tad also. So just giving you a heads up and showing you the range of motion of articulation for this figure. So for comparisons, I just want to start off saying that the new Transformers Legacy Evolution Metalhawk Voyager class figure is the same size as what we would typically get with all of the previous Voyagers that we received in the past. And it definitely holds up to that height scale. And I definitely like that they're continuing this scaling mechanism with the figures across the Transformer universe. So definitely scales well in the Voyager class. So when you pick him up, you're not feeling like you got gypped when you got Voyager class Studio Series Hot Rod. Now, yes, Hot Rod was smaller and is a larger deluxe, but he came with tons of accessories. But look at Metalhawk. As I already showed you in the beginning of the video, he's tall, and he comes with 3 accessories, and he's very solid. So let's go ahead and continue this comparison part and come out with some more figures. Lastly, for comparisons, here we have Metalhawk represented with all of the other classes, pretty much all for Legacy currently, that is currently out now. We have the Legacy Leader class, G2 Optimus Prime, Point Blank, and then we have Studio Series Spike as just a stand-in for a core class, because that's the first one I found and got off the shelf, which is pretty easy. And then we also have the Kingdom right beside Metalhawk, the Cyclonus, as a reference. Now, as I'd like to end this segment, I just want to show you these 2 figures side by side, taking a closer look. Now, take a look at the shoulders on both figures. And I want to say the upper forearms, they are exactly the same. Now, looking at the bottom crotch on down from the thighs down to the legs, those are pretty much the same, except with retools on the knee guards. Now, when you look at the forearms, Now, they're the same concept, of course, but they are different molded forearms. And for the chest, it's pretty much the same chest, except with a different molded pectoral region, I'm going to say, and abdomen. Other than that, they're pretty much the same, except for Metalhawk having the thrusters or the air intakes on the side of his head. The wings are slightly different, and the reason why I say that is because his wings can hinge up, while Metalhawks are stuck solid, and now they're molded plastic for the bits right here on the wings, the guns or whatever it's called to help it with aerodynamics. I am not sure, but as you see looking from the back, they're pretty much the same figure, and it is a definite remold of Cyclonus. Now, looking at this, now that I notice, I wish we would have had some lead piping right here on his head, but we don't have any because they put the screw. In my opinion, I feel like that's the worst spot to have a screw, but I guess if you have to have one, you got to have it to hold it together. I would have loved to seen lead piping on this figure. Now it's time for transformation. Now that we have Metalhawk transform into his alt mode, this is what we get. And just looking at the details on him, guys, he has that matte red, he has the blue. Well, it looks like two different blues on my screen. This, it looks like a matted, and then they added gloss, and then this right here looks like glossy plastic. You might be able to see it, pick up in the camera. If not, I'm telling you. Now, guys, I will give you a heads up. Even though in transformation, I always speed it up, just so you're not sitting there watching me play with a toy. I just want to let you know, these pieces right here with my thumb, I'm rubbing, these over time, I feel like can get stressed and break. The plastic quality on this, I don't know if you can see it with the glare, it's showing you how rough it is. Now, unfortunately, you know, when you transform this guy, you have to play with this piece right here because it's like a movable hinge. And as you see right here, this one's not too bad, but the other one right up here is just really, really rough, where I know I have to be careful. Now, what I was saying earlier, guys, in the review, that these pieces right here, like what we would get with the Cyclonus from Kingdom, they don't move. They are stuck together now because of this right here. So, and looking underneath Metalhawk, I would have loved to see some type of landing gear. They could have put that in the shoulders or maybe filled this in to give us something, because I feel like we're getting gypped because Cyclonus had landing gear. So you'll see that when we do the comparison portion in a few moments. So as I was saying, guys, just showing you now we're the comparison portion. See how Cyclonus has landing gear popped out, which I think was really cool that they was able to include and incorporate that. I do really wish they put that on Metalhawk, but it didn't make the cut. I don't know if it was more plastic in the arms or more plastic. Well, I could tell it's more plastic in the shins, but it's still a little hollow. So I feel like if they would have gave us that, that would have made this an incredible, probably untouchable figure that they would have to remake in the near future or anything, or any updates to him, because he's darn near perfect. So as you see right here, guys, they are similar molds, and I just want to show off one more time how they come together. This is more like a typical airplane jet, and this is more like a futuristic. Now, looking at this figure compared to this figure, I like how they made the cone of the airplane, how it's tucked in like it's accordion in or something, like you could push it in like an antenna. I thought that was pretty neat what they did with Cyclonus. Kind of wish they kind of did the same thing with this. I feel like this should have like a little bit more longer tip, elongated or something like that, which would have gave us that landing gear possibility. But all in all, this is definitely a very good figure. And from this figure coming from this toy, this is an awesome remold with a lot of remolded parts. And now that I look at it, even this figure right here has rough surface plastic right here. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm hoping you can. So I'm curious how long these will be durable and last on our figures like that, or at least my copy, because I'm a little worried. But I'm gonna just be honest, I normally keep my figures in robot mode, so hopefully over time it doesn't have any issues, and hopefully doesn't break anytime soon. Real quick, guys, I just wanted to show this off. This is Metalhawk's weapons that combine together, which remind me so much of Soundwave's Laserbeak tape. I don't know what it is. I know in the cartoon, Laserbeak had the little cannons on the top and resemble this right here, which is Metalhawk's Evo Fusion gimmick. And this is the Siege Soundwave. Actually, I'm sorry, it's not even Siege. This is the Netflix Walmart exclusive Laserbeak that came with that Soundwave. And I'm just saying, it just reminds me so much of Laserbeak. Now, I think it's really cool. And like I said, guys, don't hang me in the comments, because I'm not a big Pretenders. I mean, Pretenders didn't really last long in the United States. So like I said, please don't hang me, because I don't know much about it. I just thought this was a really cool figure, and I just wanted to get the review out to you as fast as I could. Thank you. So now we're at the portion of my video review where I like to grade my figures and use the Yeah Bro figure grading metric system on each figure that I grade. The first category in the Yeah Bro figure rating system is the paint details. And the paint details on this copy, to me, I do think it is minimalistic for the character. Yes, I would have loved to see a little bit more details, metallic or whatever you want to see. But the molded plastic is nice. But we do get some metallic paint on the kneecaps, which I would have loved to see a little bit somewhere on the chest region to make it pop. Even if it was just to outline maybe some of the mechanics of the man's chest, which is Metalhawk, what I'm talking about, or something. Just give me a little something on the upper torso region. Because with that being said, it's mainly just molded plastic, and that's about it. And I mean, some of the plastic does come off very nice. I do like the quality of it. It does not feel cheap. So that is awesome right there. In addition to that, I must say, in jet mode, it comes really together with the wings, with the matte color, with the blue glossiness on the figure. And then also it has that regular gray plain plastic, which to me is like a little buzzkill. They could have put a little bit of that metallic silver right here, up here on the wind intakes for airplane mode. For me, that would have been incredible. Or you know what? They didn't even have to touch the figure. They could have put it on the accessories, but you know what? I know I'm nitpicking, but I know for each person, when they get this figure in hand, they're going to have a different opinion. But for me, I'm just going to say it's a B+, because I feel like they could have did something to pick out the chest a little more. I mean, even if they just put a little teeny bit more up there, I'd have been more satisfied. The second category in the Yeah Bro figure rating review grading metric system is the molding. And the molding on this figure is a complete, I'm not going to say complete, but 50% retooling of the Kingdom Cyclonus figure, as I stated in the comparison portion of the video review. Now, the reason why I say that is because some bits are exactly the same as Cyclonus, but painted in different color scheme, of course. And then also you have the new molded parts on the figure. And not only that, it includes the same transformation. So with the consistency of those parts being reused and retooled on my figure, I do have some areas on the figure where they're tighter than I normally like, and also looser in the legs where the knees are and the thighs than I want on a figure. But other than that, this figure turned out great, and I think that this remold of the Cyclonus figure is a great figure to add to your collection. And with that being said, I have to actually give it, for the way it turned out, an A+. The last category in the Yeah Bro figure rating system is the execution and the playability. And I believe this figure was tremendously executed as Metalhawk. And I do enjoy the fact that they retooled the Cyclonus mode, and it is very impressive, which I did not think they could pull off. But I am very impressed of this retool from Cyclonus to Metalhawk. Now, it's definitely playable and has tons of functionality and articulation in the robot mode, as you can see. And not only that, it has a little bit of articulation in the vehicle mode, where you can possibly move the wings a little bit, and then you can also use your imagination to pretend like it's flying through the air and enjoy being a kid once again. With that being said, the playability and the execution on this figure is also an A. So to summarize everything that was previously said, guys, this is a pickup for me, in my opinion. So if you see this figure available at online retailers, go ahead and purchase it and buy it with reinsurance, for my opinion, that this is a solid figure. Yes, it is a retool from the Cyclonus mode, but it's so much different plastic up there, and with the paint job being so incredible and different from Cyclonus, you would not know that it is a Cyclonus remode unless you had the Cyclonus figure. Now, all the figures you see in the back are just some of the current pretenders that they have already given us and that I already own. And yes, I do own the Titans Return figure pack, but I don't know where it is, and I know it's sealed, so I just bought out some of the pretenders that I have that I was able to dig out of storage to show you guys today, to show you what we've got in the past compared to what we have now in the future or the present. So if you're interested in wondering where I got my figure and didn't hear the beginning portion of my review, I ended up getting this copy early from BigBadToyStore.com. I pre-ordered it when the original listing was leaked a week before the actual reveal on that Tuesday in January. And shortly after the reveal, I think it was like 4 or 5 days, they emailed me saying the figure was available and it was shipping out to me as soon as possible. So here we are with the review. So thank you, Big Bad Toy Stores, for keeping your pre-order date and your expected arrival true and accurate to continue to get great customer service and give it to your customers. I end up paying $1 more for this figure than I usually pay. So I paid $34.99 plus taxes and also shipping. So if you're interested in picking up this figure, I will put the pre-order link for Big Bad Toy Store in hopes that they will receive the next shipment very soon, where you can own this copy of your figure for yourself. As always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. By doing these 4 actions, it shows my channel a tremendous amount of support and also positive feedback going forward. Thank you once again spending your time watching my video. Until next time, yeah, bro, I'll see you soon.